राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की, वृंदावन धाम की, मथुरा धाम की, नवदीप धाम की, श्री जगन्नाथ स्वामी की, यमुना माई की, श्रीमती तुलसी देवी की, सामवेद भक्त वृंद की, निताई गौर प्रेमानंदी. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Gurudev ki jai. नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपस्ताय भूतले श्रीमते वीर कृष्ण गोस्वामी नीति नामने नमो हंसानिकाशया प्रभुपदा प्रियाते श्रुतशति निष्ठभेम तस्य वाक्यानुवादिने. Hare Krishna. Good morning to everyone, and Hare Krishna, and welcome to all our Mayapur online TV viewers. I just saw the camera move this way this morning. It was pointing that way, and then it suddenly moved here, and I saw you. So welcome to all the viewers on ISKCON Sydney YouTube as well, and ISKCON Sydney Facebook. It's a very good morning for us over here because we've got very amazing presence of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right? There's a painting there, and as soon as we enter the temple, we can feel his presence. So whoever painted this wonderful picture is just very blessed. I think it's just a wonderful day. As soon as you enter the temple today, you feel Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's presence, which is fantastic. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam this morning, Canto 3. I believe it's Radhanath Swami's Vyasa Puja, right? Today, yes. I will miss it, unfortunately, because I won't be here, but I'll be here in spirit. So, chapter 23, which is titled Devahuti's Lamentation, and it's text 7. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devam Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nasta Prayashu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Okay. ये मे स्वधर्म निरतस्य तपा समाधि विद्यात्मा योगा विजिता भगवत प्रसादा तन एव ते मदनुसेवनया वरुद्धान् तन एव ते मदनुसेवनया वरुद्धान् अनुसेवनया वरुद्धान् दृष्टिं प्रपश्य वितरामि अभयानशोकान् वितरामि अभयान् अशोकान् ये मे स्वधर्म निरतस्य तपा समाधि विद्यात्मा योग विजिता भगवत प्रसादा तन एव ते मद अनुसेवनया वरुद्धान् दृष्टिं प्रपश्य वितरामि अभयान् शोकान् अशोका ये मे स्वधर्मनिरतस्य तपः समाधि विद्यात्मयोगविजिता भगवत्प्रसादः तन् एव ते मदनुसेवनया वरुद्धान् दृष्टिं प्रपश्य वितरामि अभयानशोकान् ये मे स्वधर्मनिरतस्य तपः समाधि विद्यात्मयोगविजिता भगवत्प्रसादः तन् एव ते मदनुसेवनया वरुद्धान् दृष्टिं प्रपश्य वितरा अभयानशोका ये मे स्वधर्मनिरतस्य तपः समाधि विद्यात्मयोगविजिता भगवत्प्रसादा तन् एव ते मदनुसेवनया वरुद्धा दृष्टिं प्रपश्य वितरामि अभयानशोका ये मे स्वधर्मनिरतस्य तपः समाधि विद्यात्मयोगविजिता भगवत्प्रसादा तन् एव मदनुसेवनया वरुद्धान् दृष्टिं प्रपश्य वितरा अभयानशोकान् ये मे स्वधर्मनिरतस्य तपः समाधि विद्यात्मयोगविजिता भगवत्प्रसादा तन् एव ते मदनुसेवनया वरुद्धान् दृष्टिं प्रपश्य वितरा भयानशोका Okay. Ye, those which may by me swadharma own religious life niratasya fully occupied with tapa in austerity samadhi in meditation vidya in Krishna consciousness atma yoga by fixing the mind vijita achieved bhagavat prasada the blessings of the Lord tan them eva even te by you mat to me anusevanaya by devoted service avaruddhan obtained drishtim transcendental vision prapasya just see vitarami I am giving Abhayan, which are free from fear. Ashokan, which are free from lamentation. Okay, so we've got the translation and the purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. So, the translation of this particular shlok, Kardama Muni continued, I have achieved the blessings of the Lord in discharging my own religious life of austerity, meditation, and Krishna consciousness. Although you have not yet experienced these achievements, which are free from fear and lamentation, I shall offer them all to you because you are engaged in my service. Now just look at them. I'm giving you the transcendental vision to see how nice they are. So we can all repeat. This is very nice. Kardama Muni continued, I have achieved the blessings of the Lord in discharging my own life, my own religious life of austerity, meditation, and Krishna consciousness. Although you have not yet experienced these achievements, which are free from fear and lamentation, I shall offer them all to you because you are engaged in my service. Now just look at them. I am giving you the transcendental vision to see how nice they are. Would you like somebody to do that for you? Give all their bhakti, all their nice vision. This is what I mean, it's so nice. Kardama Muni has given everything, all his life, whatever he has, acquired, the blessings of the Lord, transcendental vision, everything to his dear wife. Just give it to her. It's nice, very nice. So the purport. Devahuti engaged only in the service of Kardama Muni. She was not supposed to be so advanced in austerity, ecstasy, meditation, or Krishna consciousness, but imperceptibly she was sharing her husband's achievements, which she could neither see nor experience. Automatically, she achieved these graces of the Lord. So what this, just a short break in between the first paragraph, I just wanted to mention, this is the marriage of Kardama Muni and Devahuti. They're now married. Kardama Muni was a great sage. He performed so many religious activities. So in this day and age, people get married, husband and wife, and sometimes by law, our material law, they say, the wife and the husband, it's 50-50, right? That's material law. Whatever is there, it's 50% wife, 50%. So here, we are seeing not the material law, but the spiritual law of what is the share of percentage, the wife and the husband, how Krishna sees it. So this is very interesting, how it compares to our understanding. And she had not experienced any of those things before, the bhakti, the Krishna conscious. She has not done the austerities at all. But just simply by marrying a highly elevated sage who is very religious, very austere, look at how the Lord recognizes her and gives her what she deserves as a wife who's a very dear wife, but also devoted to her husband, what is in her share according to the spiritual law. So it's very interesting to see. This is how our varnashram should be like, when devotees get married. This is what the thing is. So anyway, we'll continue a little bit more and then we'll talk about it. It's a long purport, it looks like. Okay, what are the graces of the Lord? That's just what we are talking about. What are the graces of the Lord? It is stated here that the graces of the Lord are abhay, free from fearfulness. In the material world, if someone accumulates $1 million, he is always full of fear because he's always thinking, what if my money is lost? Actually, that's true. There was a rich man, he's in UK. I was talking to a friend of mine and they were telling me this in UK, he had a lot of money, he has a lot of money, Very much. He's very rich. And she was telling me how he behaves because of his money. He actually can't sleep at night. Because of the amount of money he has, he can't sleep. And the reason he can't sleep is he's always worrying somebody is going to sue me, somebody is going to take my money, somehow or the other. He's always in anxiety. So if those people who are, wishing to win millions of dollars in lotto, although we don't buy lotto, that's part of gambling. But there are many people who, wish that we'll buy lotto. They'll win $1 million. But with $1 million, well, $1 million doesn't go far in Sydney, Australia. It goes like that. You can't even get a proper house these days with $1 million here. You need $2 million. Anyway, you get in the lotto, $1 million comes with 1 million problems. It's a fact. You lose your sleep, you lose your friends, and the friends you have are users who are after your money. So it's better not to be rich, better not to have. Even if you inherit all this money from the family inheritance, you have brothers and sisters who are fighting for your share, or their children. So it's really a suffering place, a place of suffering. So it's better not to have it. It sounds very bad, but actually it's a peace of mind for those people who want to be happy. It is a key to happiness, is as less stress as possible. So, but the benediction of the Lord, Bhagavat Prasada, is never to be lost. It is simply to be enjoyed. There is no question of loss. One simply gains and enjoys gaining. Bhagavad Gita also confirms this. When one achieves the grace of the Lord, the result is that sarva dukhani, all distresses, are destroyed. So when you see someone in Krishna consciousness who is really happy, it means they've received the benediction from the Lord. They'll exude happiness. They will be very bright face. They will be smiling. They'll be nothing will worry them. Even though there are big calamities happening in their life, they will not be affected. It's a fact. If you want to know the living example, you have a look at our Guru Maharajas. The Diksha Gurus, the Siksha Gurus, they have disciples who are going through enormous calamities. And they have seen a lot of it. But they come, they still give mercy, and they're still happy, dancing, singing. Doesn't affect them outwardly. That doesn't mean the Guru is not compassionate for the suffering souls. No, it's not like that. When a disciple is suffering, the Guru is affected, very much so. But the element is that the fearlessness, they're fearless because they're under Krishna's protection. They are internally very happy because they have Lord Krishna's grace, the Bhagavad Prasada. And that doesn't even you don't have to reach Guru's standard actually. You can be an ordinary devotee. That's why devotees are singing while they are sweeping the floors and singing the Hare Krishna Kirtans while washing the pots. They are ecstatic. I'd rather wash the pots here than somewhere else. That's a fact. I used to wash the pots. I don't do it anymore. I used to cook here. I'd really love to cook again. I just don't have that time frame. You have to be here at that certain time. But so happy doing that. I'd rather cook for Krishna than cook for a Rakshas any day. So it's just amazing happiness. So when situated in the transcendental position, one is freed from the two kinds of material diseases, hankering and lamentation. This is also stated in the Bhagavad Gita. After devotional life begins, we can achieve the full result of the love of Godhead. So this is actually just telling us that a service is done with love. If you do the service for Krishna with love, you will be very happy, extremely happy. And if somebody takes away that service from you, what do you feel? Oh my God, it's the end of the world. Someone's taken my service, and you sit and cry. I used to do that at your level at that time, when I was starting off with Hare Krishna, and say, Mataji, do this. They wouldn't call me Mataji in those days, but now they do. But at that time, do this seva, and then, okay, somebody else is going to do this seva today, and you go home, or you don't come to the temple today. I'll be sitting there thinking, it's the end of the world. Krishna has rejected me. The seva is this a fantastic seva. Actually, this is a nice story. I'll tell you. This happened to me in real life. So I think I told this story when you guys were like maybe 2 years ago, 3 years ago. What happened was I was going to the temple in Kumeu, New Zealand. I was a uni student, just starting off, just like you. You are actually a bit more ahead, advanced than I was in those days. I wasn't that good. I was just going to uni. And I thought, first took couple of visits to the Hare Krishna temple. And I thought, I can't come to the temple this far. It's too far. It was like 40, 60 minutes drive away. To me, it was far. And the traffic was bad. So I thought, what am I going to do? So I'll take one stone from Lord Krishna's garden and I'll keep it in my house and I'll look at the stone and I'll think I've been to the temple. So I'll take a little bit from there. So I took one nice smooth pebble. They have those smooth pebbles, that the opulent color, the translucent ones in the garden. So I took one stone. Took it home and I thought, okay, I don't need to go to the temple anymore. I've got Lord Krishna's stone from the garden. It's just a tiny stone, by the way. So I didn't think that it would matter. That night I had a dream of Lord Krishna as a child, 3, 4 years old, maybe 3 years old, 2, 3 years old. And he's in his mother's lap. I didn't see the mother, but I saw Krishna in the lap. And in the lap, and the mother's standing, and Krishna's looking like this. And then he's looking like this. And he's looking all around. And his mother's trying to get him up. Don't look down, but he's still looking down. And then I see the little Krishna again. He comes from out of the bushes. His hair is full of little twigs and, little leaves. And his face is covered with dust. It looks like he was crawling under the bushes. And, he was looking for the stone that I had taken. He misses a little stone even. So just imagine if Lord Krishna, in my dream, when I woke up, I thought, he wants his stone back. If he is worried about one little stone, imagine how much worried he is for each one of you. Each one of you. You might think you are not important. If a little stone is that important, how important are you? So never leave ISKCON and never let anyone make you leave ISKCON. Because Krishna will be hurt. He'll be looking for you. So then I thought, I've got to return the stone. So I took the stone and I put it back in his garden. And that made me go to the temple. So he wanted me to come to the temple. That was one objective. Objective number 2, never steal from Krishna. Even a stone. You might think it's no value, but don't take it. Unless someone gives it to you. So that was a very good lesson in the beginning. I forgot the story. I just remembered it now. Anyway, so the love of Krishna is the highest perfection of Bhagavad Prasada or divine mercy. This transcendental achievement is greatly valuable so that no material happiness can compare to it. Prabodhananda Saraswati said that if one achieves the grace of Lord Chaitanya, he becomes so great that he does not care a fig even for the demigods. He thinks of monism as hellish, and for him the perfection of controlling the senses is as easy as anything. Heavenly pleasure becomes to him no more than stories. Actually, there is no comparison between material happiness and transcendental happiness. By the grace of Kardama Muni, Devahuti experienced actual realization simply by serving. Now, you know how we actually recite in the mornings that, what's that recitation where we say devotees or Vaishnavas are just like desire trees and can fulfill the desires of everyone? Does that mean a devotee, you go and offer your obeisance to a devotee, you'll get $1 million? Fulfill the desires of everyone. It can be possible. But every devotee has a special rasa. You. All of you have done some kind of service. You are specialized in something. Let's put that. You have an area. So my area, personally, was not that I wasn't directly serving Krishna many times. Sometimes I was, but I think my thinking was that since I cannot love Krishna directly, or I cannot experience that right now, I might as well practice this bhakti with the Guru. In other words, be a Guru Bhakta. So practice Guru Bhakti first. That was my thinking. Guru Bhakti first, Krishna Bhakti will follow. If I cannot give to Krishna directly, serve the Guru. Because serving the Guru is serving Krishna. That was what I had. So right in the beginning. And so I practiced that. So what happens now, I'm coming back to Vanchakalpa. What was it? The devotees who are just like desire trees. Sorry, that one. Now, if somebody came to me, then I would give them what? What I have. And what I had was Guru Bhakti. So anybody who wanted Guru Bhakti could come to me, and I knew a little bit about that because I was practicing. So there was an instance when somebody came and I gave that person full Guru Bhakti. There you go. You can actually transfer that from, it doesn't mean you transfer the Guru Bhakti or something to them and you are finished. You don't have it anymore. It's not like that. So someone can also give you Krishna Bhakti. Who's that? The Guru. Guru can give you Krishna Bhakti. It doesn't mean that his Krishna Bhakti is gone. So that is what is meant by if you serve. Just like Narad Muni, when he was 5-year-old boy, his mother was serving the sannyasis. So he was serving them and he ate the remnants. Whatever bhakti, whatever specialty, whatever areas, all these rishis and munis and sages had, all got transferred to Narad Muni as a 5-year-old child. And then he lived that life with austerity, and in the next life, he became Narad Muni. It was a combination, power, potency of all those sages. So, do not ever underestimate the power of devotion and devotional service to a Vaishnav. Never underestimate it. You might think, oh, this is Mamali, ordinary sweeper in the temple, can't give me anything. You don't know that this sweeper in the temple is hiding this rasa for Krishna. It's very well hidden, but it's there. And the opposite of that, what's the opposite of being devoted to a Vaishnav? Correct. Yes. Vaishnava Prad. So it all goes hand in hand because this is a world of duality. Where there's a debit, there's a credit for those accountants. Where there's good, there's bad. Where there's, you devoted to a Vaishnav, there's also Vaishnava Prad. So be careful of the aparad side. Because Krishna that's the highest aparad you could commit is if you commit Vaishnava aparad. Krishna will not forgive you. So if I transferred Guru Bhakti to someone and they committed aparad on me, Krishna will not be pleased. They might have to cry for Diksha, literally. When they ask for Diksha from a Guru or something, they'll cry. And they'll wonder why I'm crying. It's not happened, so don't think I'm taking an example or something like that. I'm just explaining. They might still have the Guru Bhakti there. But they might not get Diksha, or they might not get the mercy of Lord Krishna. The Diksha, what I mean by the Diksha is I mean mercy of Lord Krishna, Bhagavat Prasada. They might not get it because they've committed some kind of Vaishnava Prad. So they'll have to cry for it, and they're wondering why. They're confused. And then you say, "Hey Baba, you've gone and done something bad." So this is what we have to be careful of. So Devahuti here, she being a nice wife, Kardama Muni gave her everything. He transferred all the bhakti and incredible transcendental vision. Imagine that. Amazing. So we get similar example in the life of Narad Muni. Oh, here we go. In his previous life, Narad was a maidservant's son. But his mother was engaged in the service of great devotees. He got the opportunity to serve the devotees, and simply by eating the remnants of their foodstuff and carrying out their orders, he became so elevated in his next life. He became the great personality Narad. For spiritual achievement, the easiest path is to take shelter of a bona fide spiritual master and serve him with the heart and soul. That is it. That's the secret. The secret is you take a spiritual master. So suppose you don't have one. What do? Well, it's really easy. Srila Prabhupada is here. You read his books, you pray. The Guru will come to you. Did you know that? The Guru comes to you. I first-hand experience of that. Do you want to know how my Guru came? This story everybody knows. I recite this story in the Vyasa Puja, offerings a lot to my own Guru. What had happened was I didn't trust Hare Krishna Gurus also. Because there are many, I was just a uni student, so there are many kinds of Gurus in the world. And they sometimes take advantage of you. They're bogus. They say, oh, we are God, or we know God. You come, I'll give you shelter, I'll give you this, you'll become a rich man, you'll become a rich woman, this. And then you find out, oh, behind the doors, closed doors, this is not a Guru, they're doing bad things. So I used to think like that too. Hare Krishna Gurus or any Gurus, I don't know them, they're not good. So this Mataji was telling me, there's a Guru coming from India, and would you like to meet? I went to the temple, and I said, no, thank you. If he's coming from India, well, there's stories from there a lot that I've heard, and the people, trying to be Gurus, but they're cheating people. So I wasn't really interested. So I said no. And in my mind, I had imagined somebody with a beard and, all these clothes that look like a sannyasi and really a bogus person. That was an offensive because Hare Krishna Gurus are not like that. But I didn't know that. I was ignorant. What I didn't know was 2 weeks before, I had a very interesting dream. 2 weeks before, this Mataji asked me. It was a sannyasi who was wearing saffron, came in my dream and said hi. Not even Hare Krishna, said hi. And sat down in my sofa. And he wasn't wearing saffron, sorry, he was wearing blue. Blue, navy blue. Just like Radharani's dupatta today, that color. And I thought nothing of it. But his face was like so, it was like, what is that called? Retina display? That's the material vision. I didn't know that. It's fantastic vision, absolute clarity. You can see every line and every mark on anybody's face. It's just, the vision is somewhat different. Let's put it that way. So then, 2 weeks later, this Mataji says, come. Then I said, no, I don't want to meet any Guru. By the way, I'm telling you how the Guru comes into your life. The whole point. You don't have to look for a Guru, he'll come. So she realized I'm not coming. This lady is not going to agree. And she's trying to preach to me, she's not responding. So she said she tried another tactic. She's the world's best cook, by the way. And she says, I am cooking, making rotis, I can't do it, I need help. And I believed her. Actually, she can cook rotis for 1,000 people all by herself. It's only this tiny. Her name is Tilakni Devi Dasi. But she was trying to get me in under Krishna's shelter. So it's not considered a lie. It's just a trick, a small trick. So I thought, what kind of people are these Hare Krishna people? They don't even help a tiny lady they're making her work so hard. I'll go and help her. So I went to make some rotis for her. Little did I realize she cooks a storm up for the entire temple and all the devotees there. She doesn't need any help. And she's a very good cook, Tamal Krishna Maharaj disciple. So I went there and then everybody started saying, oh, the Guru's here, the Guru's here. And I sort of, I'm not going to go and see him. So I stayed in the kitchen. Everybody ran out and met him, and I didn't. I wasn't interested. Then, after some while, when everything settled, and I just poked my head out of the kitchen door to see who it was. Why is all this excitement? And I got a shock of my life. I could have just dropped in a faint like that, fallen off my chair straight away. Because it was the same person. 2 weeks ago, I had a dream of that same person. And such a person existed in real life. So imagine if you are sitting here and somebody is a stranger, you've never seen them in your life before. But you'd seen them in your dream 2 weeks ago. And he's sitting there in front of you today. So that's how it happened with me. That's how I met my Guru. I met my Guru in my dream for the first time. He ended up being my Guru. Why? Because I thought, who is he? And what was he doing in my dreams? And by the way, why was he wearing that blue instead of saffron? Well, I saw him off at the airport when he was leaving Auckland, New Zealand, and he gave me his card, business card. He said, here's my card. Email me if you have any questions about Krishna. So I took that card and I flipped it over, and there was the photo of his deities, Radha Golokhananda, Sri Radha Golokhananda. If of North Carolina, Sri Radha Golokhananda was wearing that blue color. Exactly same thing. So, and in my dream when he came and sat on the sofa, his fingers were like this. And I thought, why is it like this? Maybe he's got arthritic fingers. So when he eventually came to my house, the next trip, which was 3 months later or something like that, he came and sat on my sofa exactly like that. And I told him, do you know, I've just seen this scene before in my dreams. I told him that time. And then, but I said to him, but your fingers were like this. You know, but your fingers are totally normal. And he goes, oh, when I chant, my fingers go like this. And then he moved his fingers and they were exactly like I saw in my dream because he showed it to me. He said like this. But that was not all. He plays the guitar. So he plays the guitar and he plays the guitar all the time. That's his trademark. So that's what it was all about. But the whole point of the story is that your guru comes to you. So don't stress. And by the way, who is the ultimate guru, Adi Guru? That's Lord Krishna. He's also known as Chaitya Guru, who is in your heart. So if you don't have a guru yet, there's a guru in your heart. And he will send you at the right time. So no stresses. So continuing from there, that is the secret of success. As stated by Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, in his 8 stanzas of prayer to the spiritual master, Yasya prasadat bhagavad prasada, by serving or receiving the grace of the spiritual master, one receives the grace of the spiritual Lord. By serving her devotee husband, Kardama Muni, Devahuti shared in his achievements. Similarly, a sincere disciple, by serving a bona fide spiritual master, can achieve all the mercy of the Lord and the spiritual master simultaneously. So, we only have 10 minutes, so I will read something that I found in the Chaitanya Charimrita. It is very interesting. I will read it to you because it tells us what exactly we need to do in order to get what Devahuti did. So, because not everybody has so this one is all different. The best thing to do, say that you have not married a Vaishnav. You're just young boys, but Mataji is there. She's got a Vaishnav husband. Sometimes we have a Vaishnav wife instead of the other way around. So then, if you don't have that, what do? Well, somebody in your family might be a devotee, right? But if somebody is not a devotee in your family, come to the temple. I served, I thought I was serving Tilakni Mataji by making the rotis. Then she got me involved in making the laddus. I started serving the devotees. So I got that same share of bhakti from them. And it takes a village actually. It takes a lot of sweat and blood to make a devotee, by the way. So if I spend 1 year turning somebody into a devotee, sharing my Guru Bhakti, transferring my entire Guru Bhakti on them, that's my sweat and blood, by the way. That's my sweat and blood. And then, they become a devotee. Obviously, somebody else might want to take the credit. That has also happened, by the way. Did you know that? If you preach to somebody and somebody says, well, that bhakta or that devotee didn't do anything. He just, did this, that. But I am the real preacher and I'm the real mentor because I started off. It can happen. But that's not our concern, and that should not be your concern. It should not be anybody's concern because a devotee comes in one way or another and that's acceptable. So don't worry about it if you have... however, Krishna takes care of everything. So if you have done a lot of sweat, like sweating for book distribution, and you've created somebody's life to perfection just by simply giving a book, just imagine how much blessings you will get. Krishna will bless you over and over, because with that one book, you have delivered not just that person, the entire generations, 21 generations, just by one book. You might think I'm hungry. Oh, by the way, I need to fix something up. Last time I said, Prabhupada has given in an example, don't eat like a pig, eat just the right amount. For it depends on your body too. So I've got to fix that, correct a little bit more. In the sense that if you are working hard, you need to eat, especially young boys. It's true. I have brothers and sisters, and they're growing up. They do a lot of work, so they need to eat a lot, actually. So if somebody is eating a lot, please don't judge them. Nobody said anything to me, but please don't judge them. They need it. It's just like refueling, because the fuel runs out very quickly because they've been working hard during the day. So please eat. Okay, so the thing that I wanted to read to you was from Chaitanya Charamrita, Madhya Leela, 13.8. You know this one very well. I'm sure some of you might know. Natham vipro nacha narat patir napi vaishyo na sudro naham varnicha grahar patir no vanasto yatirva kintu prodyan nikhila parmananda punamrita bhir. This is the important one. Gopi bhartur pada kamalayor dasa dasa anudasa. Sorry, my pronunciation. What that means, I'm not a Brahmin, I'm not a Kshatriya, I'm not a Vaishya, nor a Shudra, I'm not a Brahmachari, nor a householder, or Vanaprastha, or Sannyasi. I identify myself only as the servant of the servant of the servant of the lotus feet of Lord Krishna, the maintainer of the gopis. He is like an ocean of nectar, and he is the cause of universal transcendental bliss. He is always existing with brilliance. In other words, that's what Devahuti has done. That's what Narad Muni has done. That's what each one of us are doing. We are servants of the servants of the servants of the servant. And in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, somewhere, I think maybe text 29 or thereabouts, Lord Krishna says there's no, the best friend, he's the best friend of Krishna if you are a devotee, if that person is a devotee of Lord Krishna. So Lord Krishna considers that person as his best friend. So if you serve his best friend, you get immediate prasada from Krishna, just like that. So please, Lord Krishna's devotees, that's the first step of Krishna consciousness. Yes, right? You will remember, those of us, we came to a devotee first. We came to Krishna, the temple, or something like that, but we served a devotee. Someone somewhere out there is your mentor. They are your mentor. And through them, you got Krishna Bhakti. So please never ever forget the person who has taught you these things. Because you are in a respectful mode. You respect them. Up till this day, I have not forgotten Tilakni Mataji. I always praise her. And she was not the only one. Obviously, there were other people, because the congregation in Auckland was very good. So I was lucky to be there at that time. And those devotees are still going very strong. They're Tamal Krishna Maharaj disciples normally, most of them, generally. So I will always be grateful to them. And I'll always be grateful to Tilakni Mataji. She takes time off the temple when my guru is there, just to cook for my guru. So she says to Lord Giridhari there, Radha Giridhari, goodbye, bye-bye. I'm going to serve this Vaishnava. What does Giridhari say? Thumbs up. Do it. Why? Because this particular sannyasi or devotee is a pure devotee of mine, and so anybody who serves that pure devotee of mine, you have my blessings. That's what Giridhari will say. So, if you think you are serving a devotee, and don't think it's not a good thing. It is a very good thing. You will get a lot of bhakti. in their area. So if you happen to associate with somebody who's a good book distributor, you are going to end up distributing books one day, right? Yes. I ended up cooking for Gopinath here. But I got training from other devotees too. They were pujaris and they were preachers and different things. So I learned all rounder. So it's good to get it from all directions too. That is great. So serve a devotee. That's the lesson of the day. The lesson of the day is because they are like desire trees, and they will fulfill your desires, your spiritual desires. And it's true. And if you want to know about how to serve the spiritual master, associate with somebody who is serving the spiritual master. If you want to read the Vedic scriptures, somebody who likes to read the Srimad Bhagavatam or the Chaitanya Charitamrita, or who's attending the Guru's classes online or whatever it is, associate with that person. That person will put you on to those classes, to those books that you read today. It will automatically, it is just like paint, wet paint. You put your hand on the wet paint, you'll get it. So even if you don't speak a word, you just observe the person reading the book or attending a class, you'll get it also. It's a fact. So if you happen to like reading, associate with someone who likes to read. If you like to worship Krishna, deity worship, associate with someone like that. You'll learn about deity worship. If you like, food, how it's cooked, associate with the cook. But all of that, has one hidden secret ingredient. All of them. Love for Krishna. They are all doing that for Krishna, to please Krishna. So either way, whether you are distributing a book, you're reading a book, you are attending a class, it has got hidden in there love for Krishna. So spend the day thinking of Lord Krishna. Enjoy your day, and Vyas Puja for Radhanath, His Holiness Radhanath Swami and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna. Grantraj Srimad Bhagavatam Puran ki jai. Jai. Gurudev ki jai.